How's everybody doing out there today? It is, I don't even know what day it is. It's a day in July, that's all I know. It's the 14th of July, 2024. Nope. 7:12 p.m. at night. The inside of my body's telling me that it's just a game, and it's not a game. A game with the kids. Because Jordan was like, this is your weenus. Nope, not a game. Because Matthew Perry died, and I don't even want to get into that right now, because I'm still not ready to deal with that. Okay. So, what I've got for you for this video is that nobody's probably gonna watch, and everybody's gonna steal my ideas and, you know, use it as their own. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get into that in another video. I'm starting to get a little pissed off about it. Okay. I'm gonna switch gears here. So, I decided this morning after watching, because I have certain things that I do, like certain days, just to have a little bit of fun and just to, you know, I've decided to, like, name the days. I know that sounds weird. Like, I know the days are already named, you know what I'm saying? But, like, I've decided to put, like, okay, so today's Sunday. So, wait till this car gets done starting up. Okay. Like today is, I named today Sunshine. I think I want to name it Sunshine Sunday or Sunshine and Star Sunday. I'm not really sure which, because they both start with S's. But, so, today's Sunshine Sunday. So, everything's about, like, I found this website, and it's called Earth Sky, and you can, like, learn about the sun and stuff like that. Like, ever since I watched, like, Paul Begley's video, and I know that everybody knows who Paul Begley is. Like, you can get a lot of good information from him. I know that everybody already knows that. But, he was talking about the sun one day, and for some reason, it just, like, stuck with me, I guess. So, he was like, the sun. So, you know, when I had a dream about the sun and stuff like that, and the sun was in it, I should say. Anyway, so, yeah, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, Earth Sky. So I decided to name today Sunshine Sunday. Or Sunshine, and I might name it Star Sunday as well. I haven't really decided. So anyway, to get back to what I was doing, I wasn't really gonna do this today but I just felt like I was supposed to do it. So I did it, and then I felt like I got some information whenever I was praying. So I decided, and I know that I'm not supposed to do this. I know, you know, I'm not supposed to tell everybody that, you know, it says in the Bible to, whenever you pray in secret and stuff like that. You're not supposed to tell everybody that, you know, da-da-da-da-da. I know that it says that, but I think sometimes like, I hope there's, like, an exception to that, because, um, you know, like, if somebody tells you that they prayed for you, it makes you feel better, you know? At least it does me, anyway. Whenever somebody says that they've prayed for me. You know, and if they have, you know, a word from God or anything for me, like, it makes me feel so much better, and it builds up more faith in me, and, you know, stuff like that. Um, so, anyway, I was praying for the president. Or, not the president. I was praying for Trump. Because at around midnight, a little after midnight last night, I decided to, because it was the end of my Sunday Saturday. Yeah, that's my cool name for a Saturday, is Sunday Saturday. And I'll explain that later. But so I was doing all my Sunday stuff on Saturday. And then I didn't, and it was like after midnight, so it was Sunday. It was today. So, I saw that President Trump got shot, or was injured. Somebody tried to shoot him. He was like somebody tried to assassinate him. And that's what they were saying on the CBS, or CV something. I just happened to see it on my YouTube as I opened my YouTube, and I was like, huh? And so and what's odd about that is that I had just looked that stuff up on the internet because of the dream that I had, like way back in the day, like in my old videos. On my other YouTube channel, the first YouTube channel that I started, it's I Am One Who Believes. And it's all one word, it's all lowercase. And it meant I am one who believes in Jesus Christ, is what that means. So anyway, I had a dream that, and I have no idea. There's my, aw. That's my notification to take my Prozac. But I'm not taking it anymore because I think it's making me fat. And I've already can tell a difference whenever I haven't had my Prozac in a while. And I could already tell, like, I don't feel as bloated and all this stuff since I haven't been taking my, and that's just 2 milligrams of Abilify. Like, I didn't take it, and I could already feel, like, I already felt like I was skinnier. So anyway, and I don't feel like I need to take it anymore because I'm not as depressed anymore. Like, I might be a little, you know, irritated and agitated every once in a while, but, you know, I am woman. So, and a very sensitive woman at that. So, I was praying for Trump, and I had a dream that, back in the day, I'll try to find it, and I might try to put, like, a link or something to it, in case anybody wants to watch it. I know, I think, like, more people have watched those videos. It was a dream where there was a hand that appeared, and it was just, like, from here, but it was just the hand. It was like the hand in, I think it's Daniel, and it wrote 9/22/1106. And then there was, my brother was sitting in a football jersey, and it was a black and white football jersey, and in black it had the number 18, and he was sitting in a booth. And this is the thing that got to me, and I didn't think about it for years and years and years. I didn't think about it, but I've contemplated on that dream for years, and, you know, it's just always stuck with me, because Dave Hetty from Bible Center Cathedral back in the day whenever I was going all the time, he told me, pay attention to numbers in your dreams. They mean something. So I thought, this dream means something. So, you know, God is trying to tell me something in this dream. Well, so, and then here recently, in the last couple of years, I think it was, I'm not exactly sure of the time, but anyway, I was told to stay on the same path as to what I was taught in the past. So that's what I've done. And I've kept the numbers that Dave has given me. And so 18 is bondage. But I think it also means something else. Okay, but that's the only thing I remember. 6 is man. 11 is end. 9 is promise. And 22 is corruption. So if you put this all together, and then you have, he was sitting in a booth. I was standing up, and he was sitting in a booth. And it says that your brother, let's see if I can do this real quick without, okay. In my Ira Milligan, my trusty Ira Milligan book from North Carolina, it says that your brother could be yourself. Okay, yeah, it says brother self here. I don't know what it is. Okay. Spiritual or natural brother, someone he reminds you of. It says see friend. And then the verses that go with that are, but why dost thou judge thy brother? Oh, why dost thou set a knot thy brother? Romans 14:10a. Next verse, therefore thou art inexcusable, O man, whosoever thou art that judgest, for wherein thou judgest another, your brother, thou condemnest thyself, for thou that judgest does the same things. Romans chapter 2, verse 1. And then, okay, so I think this is the verse that it is, according to this book. It says, remember them that are in bonds, okay? And it says, and Dave Hetty says that 18 is bondage. So that makes total sense, right? As bound with them, and them which suffer adversity, as being yourselves also in the body. Hebrews 13, verse 3. So it says that we're supposed to remember, okay, so promise, this is what I do sometimes. So I've went through and I've tried to, 9 is promise, 22 is corruption, 11 is end, and 6 is man. So I'm thinking, okay, they're either dates or times or date. I think, yeah, they're dates. I was thinking they were times, but they might be dates, because it makes a whole lot of sense. Because, okay, because the election is November 5th, right? Or, wait. Well, the election is in November, right? And then there's the movie, V for Vendetta, and he said, Guy Fawkes in there says, I know, it's gonna make sense, you just gotta bear with me. He says, remember the 5th of November. Well, my brother's birthday is the 5th of November, and I know it's like one day after my brother's birthday, and 6 is man. I think it's like the end of man or something like that, or the end of bondage. This is all the stuff that I've thought of, but I'm not sure exactly what the president has to do with it, because John Wilkes Booth assassinated President Lincoln. And President Lincoln was a Christian. So I would consider President Lincoln as my brother, because that's what Christians do whenever you share the same faith, that, you call one another your brother. Well, okay, so, but it's also yourself, according to Ira Milligan. So, I was thinking, somebody's gonna try to assassinate the president. And but I haven't told anybody that. Because for all these years, because I was, I didn't want to speak that on anybody. I didn't want that to happen to anybody. And I thought, oh my God, and I was like, that's just terrible. And then all of a sudden I saw it on the YouTube video last night, and I was like, oh my God, that just totally happened. And then I've watched these Simpsons videos where they're saying Trump's gonna die and all this stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, what is really going on? So I'm like, this is terrible, and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna pray. I was like, because and people have been saying, and people have been praying for the country anyway, and I've been praying for the country, and I've been, but I haven't been praying for the president, which I should have been. I should have been praying for all the presidents, any president-elect, any of them. I should have been praying for them, and I haven't. So I decided that I was going to pray for them. I was like, I haven't done it, so I'm going to do it now. And so I prayed for them, and I was like, God, I don't remember exactly what I said, but I was like, I just pray for the president. I pray that you keep him safe. I pray that your will be done, is what I prayed. And I know that probably, they'll probably like, I'm supposed to pray that. I want him to be safe. But, I want both of the presidents to be safe. I'm not trying to, pick one side or another. I'm kind of like Switzerland on the whole thing. I like both of them. But, people need to be safe. This needs to come down to the fact that we are all human beings, and people need to be safe. These people are people, and they're human beings, and and this isn't a whole charade. These are people's lives that we're talking about here, and especially people that are running our country, that have like say so over our whole country and all this stuff, and what happens in our country. So I decided to pray. So I was praying, and I was like, your will be done. I was like, God, if you want, President Trump to be safe, which I know that he probably wants President Trump to be safe. He obviously wants President Trump to be safe, because he's God. I was like, whatever your will is for his life, I was like, let it be. Let it happen, because, he could potentially be the next person to run the country. So we want, God's influence to be in his life, and I didn't want what I wanted. I wanted what God wanted. I prayed for God's will to be done, and I ended the prayer with the Father's Prayer, and our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, because I was told that that's like one of the most powerful prayers. So, and I was like, not my will, but your will be done, because then it says, your will be done. So, if Trump is if God has put him in this position, then let it be so. But if he hasn't, then he won't be in that position if God doesn't want him. I just want what God wants. I don't really have, like a preference as to which one right now. But anyway, So then I was like, and I could have swore I heard the time is now, but I have no idea what that means because that's all I heard. All I heard is the time is now, and then Psalm 93 verse 2. And in Psalm 93 verse 2 it says, "Thy throne is established of old, thou art from everlasting." And that's the King James Version. And then the Amplified Version is, "Your throne is established from of old, you are from everlasting." So I'm not exactly sure what that means, but I thought of old means from then. In Hebrew, it means from then. And then if you read the verse before it and the verse after it, because that's what I was taught to do, whenever it will make more sense if you read the verse before it and the verse after it. It may not be everything is pertinent to that, but the verse before and after it. So the verse is, "The Lord reigns, he is clothed with majesty, the Lord is robed, he has girded himself with strength and power. The world also is established, that it cannot be moved." In the verse after is verse 3, "The floods have lifted up, O Lord, the floods have lifted up their voice. The floods lift up the roaring of their waves." And floods have been happening, like, a whole lot. And I've been saying, flood the world with, the fruits of the Spirit, which are good things. And, stuff like that. Not, trying to assassinate somebody. So I'm not exactly sure what that means. So maybe it's saying that, because I didn't get any further into it, because the word everlasting kind of stood out to me, and it reminded me of I thought of the movie Shooter, and Mark Wahlberg's in the movie Shooter. That makes a whole lot of sense, because they're talking about people shooting people and stuff like that. Anyway, the clips that I saw, I've watched that movie before, but the clips that I saw made total sense. And because Mark Wahlberg was in the movie Fighter, my knuckles were just poked. Because Trump went fight, 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 fight whenever he was standing, and whenever he stood up. So I thought, well, maybe, okay, so I'm supposed to watch the movie Fighter. Well, I think maybe Trump is marked. I think that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that Trump is marked for something. I'm not, obviously, for somebody to assassinate him or something. But I think that in the movie it said something about he missed on purpose. And so I think it's talking about in the movie where whoever this shooter is, this Thomas. Yeah, and that has to be a coincidence too, because I had a dream with the word Thomas. And this Thomas guy evidently missed on purpose. He wasn't trying to kill Trump. He was evidently trying to scare Trump or something. But evidently, it obviously didn't scare him, because he got up and was like, bring it on. You know what I'm saying? That's like the look that was on his face, to me anyway. And plus he was just, letting us know that he was okay. And so that was good, because I was freaking worried. I saw him grab his ear. He flinched, and then he grabbed his ear, as I think he could hear the gunshots. There was Yeah, I tried to count them. There was like 5 or 6 gunshots, and and they're not as loud as they are in person. Believe you me, I know. I've been around people who have shotguns in person, and they are loud. And so I think that he missed on purpose, and I think there's gonna be some more attempts. I think I heard something like 5. I think there's gonna be like 5 attempts, and that one was just to scare him, I think. So I have no idea if there's gonna be any more people trying to do this or what, or I don't know. But I could be wrong, okay? I'm not saying that this is gospel or anything like that. That is not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that this is what I think that I heard, okay? Perry Stone taught me that. Whenever you say that you heard a word from God, you don't say, "Thus saith the Lord." I am not saying that. Don't, take me as saying that, because I'm not sure. I think that that's what he said. I think I heard 5 times is what I heard. And then, and the time is now, and that is all and then I got distracted with something, and then, I think I was told to stop, or whatever. So I stopped. I stopped praying, and I have no idea if whoever thought that, they just thought that I was just trying to sleep or whatever, but I wasn't. I was praying. So I had my eyes closed, and I was praying. So I pray that God's will be done in Trump's life. I pray that, he's safe, and I pray that he'll be okay. But I also pray for, God's will, and I also pray that he would pray that too, that God's will be done in his life. I pray that, there will be ministering angels to minister to him and to all of his people, whoever they are. I'm not really sure who all these people are. And I'm also curious as to what Biden has said. I think he made an announcement about it, but I haven't watched that yet, because I've been doing my whole sunshine thing today. Everything about the sun and sunshine, and it's just a fun thing to do. Doesn't really mean anything at all. Just a fun thing to do, just to learn about the sun, and just to expand my knowledge on things, and all that good stuff. Just a fun thing to do. Yeah, so that's about it. So I'm curious as to what he has to say, and I hope that Biden will, will say something. I think he did. Because, whenever it comes right down to it, we're all just human beings, and, we need to care about one another, whether we are in competition against one another or not. We need to realize that we are all human beings, and it says in the Bible that we should love one another, love our neighbor as ourselves. And so I think that that's what we should do. That's as simple as I can make it. So okie doke. That's all I have for yins. And something to have to do with Paul. The verses for today, they aren't verses. It has to do with Paul, but I have no idea where my Paul book is. So, yeah. So, I'm not really sure what that is about, but I think today might be about something to have to do with Paul, and maybe what Paul said, maybe what Paul did. Not really really sure. So anyways, that's all I've got for you. To whoever watches this video, and thank you very much. I appreciate it very much. And, you know, if you like this content, share this video. Like the video, feel free to comment. I can take criticism. I take it pretty well. If I don't, I'll just try not to say anything at all. Because I know that there's probably going to be people that are going to disagree with me, but, you know, that's okay. And not everybody's going to agree with everything that, you know, we say. Everybody has, you know, different thoughts, different, you know, mindsets, stuff like that. So, yeah. But that's all I've got for you. So everybody go out there and rainbow it. Fill the world with love, peace, grace, joy, charity, all the fruits of the Spirit, all the good things in the world. That's what the world needs the most now, I think, is, you know, just like the song says, what the world needs now is love, sweet love. I love that song. So, that's what we need, because I feel like this world is collapsing in on itself or something, and it's just like, there's just evil just running rampant all over this world, and there's not a whole heck of a lot, you know, that's good in this world, because there's just so much bad stuff going on. There's hurricanes, there's tornadoes, and I just had another dream about 3 tornadoes. There's, you know, the wars going on in Ukraine and Russia and Israel and Pakistan and, you know, Hamas and all this stuff, and there's 2 wars going on. There's, you know, hurricanes and tornadoes and storms like crazy there. I have no idea what's going on in California. There might be something going on in California. People are moving out of California. You know, so something must be going on in California. You know, I'm not really sure, but there's not a whole lot of good stuff going on right now. You know, people are getting shot at. You know, there's all kinds of bad news on all the time. So, I think as, you know, people, you know, just good people in general, just, you know, we need to stand up for what's good and right in this world, and not be like so negative all the time and all this stuff. And, you know, so I know I'm negative a lot, but it's because I live with somebody that's negative. But anyway, and I try not to be negative. I really do. That's why I've set aside a day for, you know, just positivity and all this stuff. And I think that might have been what started it, was my motivational Mondays. And because I used to post like motivational quotes and stuff, and it wouldn't just be for me, it would be for all the people on Facebook. And you know, I was just trying, you know, I was trying to help myself out, and I was trying to help other people out, and, you know, and stuff like that. And so that's my positive day. That's my motivational Mondays, and now it's gonna be my motivational movie Monday, because that makes so much more sense than maybe Tuesday for some reason. So Tuesday is now gonna be Time Travel Tuesday. So we're gonna get into time travel in a minute, because I'm gonna find out some more about time travel and if it's possible and all that good stuff, because I'm just fascinated with time travel. So even if we just have to, you know, like, I know we probably